What's up, guys? Welcome back to another war video. This is Ardenal 7. Unfortunately, last season LVT had some complications. One of our planners had an emergency and had to drop out midway, and we kind of stopped pushing halfway through the season, so I stopped making videos. But we are back with a fresh new season, a fresh new tactic, and I'm excited for season 48 here. Alright, into war number 1. This is LVT versus TXFR. I believe this is a French alliance. I have 5 fights this war. I'm bringing Apocalypse, Titania, and Nimrod for Path 3 in Section 1, Path 2 in Section 2, and Node 46 Rintrah. Alright, first up I have Apocalypse versus Weapon X on Node 3. That's the first fight on Path 3 in Section 1. I am bringing Apocalypse and taking this fight in particular basically just to get Apocalypse ramped so I can give another person in my BG a Horseman pre-fight. Thankfully, this guy was running suicides. We are in Tier 2 war, so it's just going to make it a little bit simpler for me. So I am using a PS1, I am using Mutant Power Boost, so I'm just trying to get to my SP2 as fast as I can. I want to bait his SP1 here, get him into Berserk, and then just wait for that Unstoppable, and then throw a couple SP2s until he's dead. Thankfully, not too tough with the suicides, makes it even easier, and this one will go down after the second SP2. Not too bad. Alright, next up I have Mangog on Node 12, the second fight on Path 3 in Section 1. Swapping over to some science boosts. I've got a few fights with Titania against some Mystic attackers this war. Throwing on an invulnerability boost, just in case I push Mangog to an SP3. But ideally, this fight will be done after my own SP3 in the burst phase following. I do make a mistake here in Heavy at the start. I'm just so used to doing that in BGs and basically every time I use Titania. But it does eat up some of your indestructible boosts, so don't do that. I've made that mistake before. But I just need to make sure I'm not doing that. And even through my duels, I was intentionally trying to just parry at the start, but I think I just got into the Titania rhythm. So he goes to an SP2 pretty quickly. I just take it into block. All good. We can throw the Striker. He's already under half health. This SP3, I'm surprised, actually doesn't kill him. But he comes out with just a little bit of life, and we go in and clean it up. Nice and easy. On to Section 2, I am taking Path 2, and the first fight there is Mojo on Node 20. I still have the Science Boost running, I still have the Indestructible and Vulnerability Boost, just in case Mojo gets me. But so there I parry at the start, as I should have done in the Mangog fight, but all good. Titania completely plays around this node, really plays around Mojo very well. You just need to try to, not play into his prompts. But for the most part, this should be a very, very safe fight. I'm going to try to dex and bait his SP1s. I am buff immune, so no real worry about the degen or anything. And once I get to my SP3, this fight will be over. Again, I'm not even there yet, and he's under half health, so... Titania is a monster. Mine is a rank 5 6-star. I do have a 7-star, still sitting at rank 1, but definitely looking forward to ranking her up in the future at the 7-star level as well. She's one of my favorite champs in the game. There's the SP3, and Mojo is dead. Next up is Domino on Node 29, the second fight on Path 2 in Section 2. I am using Nimrod. I swap over to Tech Power Boost, and I'm using APS1. I also put on full suicides here. I am going to just try to ramp Nimrod as fast as possible, get to my SP2, and melt Domino. You could also use Invulnerability Boost and tank SP3s, but because I'm trying to parry and get a big SP2 nuke here, she does have a ton of charges, and the shock damage, it does matter. It does do a fair amount of damage. But there I get to my SP2 before she throws a special, and the shocks melt her down nice and fast. Alright, my last fight this war is Titania versus Rintrah on Node 46. This does have Aspect of Evolution, SP2 bias. I still want to try to bait Rintrah's SP1s where I can. I took Suicides off. I swap over to Science Power Boost again, and I do throw an Invulnerability Boost on here just in case. Really, I want to be, baiting his SP1s, trying to keep his power kind of under control, and just watching his charges too, making sure I'm using lots of heavies to knock him down. I'm going to be conserving my power to get to an SP3, so I really need to utilize the heavies here. But he for the most part, Rintrah AI here is playing into what I need. He's throwing the SP1s. Not a big deal. I wanted to try to get a Haymaker when I throw my SP3 to double the debuffs afterwards, but it didn't work out exactly. So here I'm at my SP3. I'm going to just try to kind of hit into him a little bit, try to get closer to the Haymaker. And here we go. So now I've got Haymaker. I kind of run in here to try to, and then I'm going to throw the heavy, but he throws the SP1, and that is my whole duration of the Haymaker. So I say, okay, well, let's just go. Throw my SP3, and then we are going to just head in here and start heavying, keeping those debuffs going, try to get a big amount of burst here. I'm doing great damage. Unfortunately, he's at an SP3, so I'm going to throw my Striker, and now I've hit into him too many times. He goes unstoppable there. He is nice and low. I still do have my Invulnerability Boost, so this SP3 is going to do no damage. I'm going to come out, throw my own SP3, which, again, I thought might kill him, but unfortunately it does not. He's got just a tiny sliver of health left in, just one more little hit, and it is done. So that is a wrap on my first war of Season 48. I did not have any tactic defenders, so it was a pretty straightforward and easy war for me. But looking forward to a fresh new season, fresh new tactic, and as always, thanks for watching, guys.